Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving deep into a pretty powerful verse from the book of Daniel, specifically Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. It's a verse that has sparked centuries of debate, and I want to break it down in a way that really resonates with where we're at today, especially in our digital, hyper-reactive, and rage-fueled internet culture. Let's start with the verse itself. Daniel 12:10 says, "Many will be purified, made spotless and refined, but the wicked will continue to be wicked. None of the wicked will understand, but the wise will understand." Now, there's a lot to unpack here, but the first thing we need to recognize is that this passage isn't just a one-time thing. It's a part of a broader apocalyptic vision that Daniel is experiencing. It's all about the end times and God's ultimate judgment on humanity. But before we get too bogged down in the history, let's think about what this means for us today. First off, let's talk about the wicked. In today's world, we don't really use that term much, but we definitely recognize its energy. Have you ever seen a heated online debate where one side seems totally unreasonable and the other side can't make any headway with them? That's exactly the vibe we're dealing with here. The wicked in this verse are those people who, despite all the opportunities for growth, wisdom, and understanding, simply refuse to change their ways. They double down on their ignorance and their hate, or their ignorance wrapped in hate. Now, take this idea of the wicked and imagine how many times you've seen people online just absolutely refuse to engage with a different point of view. They are stuck in their echo chambers, they're locked into outrage cycles, and nothing seems to ever get through to them. Now, does that sound familiar? That's what the wicked in Daniel's prophecy are like. They just don't get it. And just like how the internet thrives on rage and reaction these days, these individuals in the verse are going to keep doing their thing without ever understanding the deeper truths of the world or the better path forward. It's as if the algorithm of their hearts only rewards outrage, and any attempts at nuance or reasoning just get buried under more likes, shares, and outrage posts. Now, let's flip to the wise people mentioned in the verse. These are the ones who will understand. This doesn't mean they have all the answers, but it's about the people who are willing to seek truth beyond the surface, who are able to rise above the noise, the chaos, and the rage bait that's everywhere online. The wise are the people who aren't just reacting. They're thinking critically, making informed decisions, and they're looking at the bigger picture. In our modern internet culture, the wise are like the quiet, thoughtful voices on Twitter, YouTube, or Reddit that are constantly trying to break through the wave of clickbait, rage bait, and sensationalism. These are the people who don't fall for the viral outrage of the moment, but instead try bringing clarity to a conversation. They might not always get the most views or retweets, but their messages have depth, they have substance, and often they're the ones who make the most lasting impact. Now, let's bring it all together. Daniel chapter 12 verse 10 is essentially talking about two camps. Those who will stubbornly stay in their misguided ways, and those who will be purified and refined through understanding. If we relate this to the internet, it's like the two sides of a flame war. There are people who just want to argue, who are out for blood and drama, and then there are those who want to learn, grow, and offer peace in the chaos. But in this world of algorithm-driven content, those who stir the pot, those who rage, spread misinformation, or simply play on people's emotions often get the most attention. But here's the twist. Even in the midst of all that noise, there's a call to something better. There's a call to be refined, to actually get to the truth, to sift through the anger and bitterness, and to emerge wiser on the other side. This doesn't just apply to personal growth, but it applies to the way we engage with our digital world. Are we going to give in to the endless scroll of rage bait, or will we be the ones who challenge the status quo and start creating meaningful conversations? To be honest, that's the challenge we face today. We live in a time where rage bait and clickbait and outrage culture dominate. The wicked thrive on keeping people distracted, angry, and divided. But like Daniel's prophecy says, if we want to be part of the wise group, we need to rise above that. We need to seek understanding and not get caught up in the endless cycle of who is right and who is wrong in the online battlefield. So what does this verse really teach us about today's internet culture? It's a reminder that wisdom and purity don't come from shouting louder than everyone else or getting the last word in on an online argument. These things come from being willing to stand apart from the noise, to dig deeper and to search for truth, to refuse to be swept away by the tidal wave of rage and vitriol. In a way, Daniel 12:10 is like an ancient warning about the dangers of being sucked into an environment where the loudest voices are often the most wrong, and the wisest voices often go unheard. But like the wise people in the verse, we can still find our way through, if we're willing to engage with the world thoughtfully, carefully, and without being pulled into the chaos. Thank you for watching today, and let me know in the comments what you think about this connection between Daniel chapter 12 verse 10 and internet culture. And let us know how you stay above the noise. Dear viewer, may peace be with you.